Hello everyone, how you guys doing this time zone? Well, I would say evening for me, but the time zone for everyone. And also, hello at Heaven's Door. And yes, I did say, is that a JoJo reference? But I do know this doesn't have to be a JoJo reference, because I know this being named after an actual song or something else too. And yes, the name Kissel actually came from the word kit, which is actually a term that's for baby foxes, and especially as well short for kitsune. Because my character is actually a half human and a half kitsune, and as well that in lore, Kissel is actually the youngest sibling of the four, just like me IRL, that I'm the youngest sibling. And the word soul is similar to the word soul that has the U, and usually possible that Kissel is actually has both the soul of a man and as well animal, because he's basically half and half. But anyway, yep, it's really interesting too. Well, it could be just a half fox, half kitsune, or half yokai, but I'll say yokai since kitsunes are basically known for being another type of yokai. And also Kissel can as well travel to different dimensions, because that's one thing too, that Kissel actually, Kissel's main home that he starts is actually on Earth, but he has an alternate home that's actually in the alternate dimension or alternate realm. It's called the Vaporwave realm. Which Vaporwave is usually it's more on a retro type of aesthetic, which I actually really love, because usually it has stuff that's from the 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s. Oh, the 20XX, I would say both has a meaning, because I'd say it came from the Mega Man series, which I actually love this series, because usually the classic series take place in the year 20XX. And also another reason why it had 20XX is also that I was born in the year 2000, and I'm still going and alive to this day. Well, I just know it was the background noises. Yep. And sorry, I was trying to set everything up. Excited for the game. First time playing Prime 3? No, it's actually not my first time. I actually did play the Metroid Prime trilogy before. Well, actually a couple of times throughout the years, but I'm decided to get back into the trilogy. I did Prime 1 and I did Prime 2 by 100% in the game. Now I'm on Prime 3. But I wish I wanted to get Prime 4, but I'd rather get it with the Switch 2, but I'm broke as well, because I really don't have that much money for the Switch 2, but that's right though. I really can't complain though. Okay, there it goes. I was about to say, where is that at? Yes, I'm actually playing on the actually playing on Prime Hack, which is basically a, I know I said it a couple times, it's basically a modded Dolphin emulator, which actually allows you to play the three Metroid Prime trilogy. Yeah, actually the Metroid Prime trilogy games. Whether you play the standalone ones or you can play the trilogy version. Yeah, plus it's laggy too, because usually one thing with the Metroid Prime trilogy is, well, just the trilogy itself or just trilogy version really has struggles running on the emulator. That's one thing about it.
Samus, the Leviathan seed is protected by an energy shield. You will not be able to reach it with that barrier active. We need more data to determine how the shield can be disabled. You are near the wreckage of a downed Federation vessel. If you can use the satellite uplink on the ship, you may be able to access information concerning the seed. Prepare to receive the ship's coordinates now.
Yep, Heaven's Door is Samus. Miss Iran herself. Yeah, so basically when we go to the planets here in Prime 3, we have to take down the Leviathan, but one thing is since Dark Samus is already controlling with the space pirates, since space pirates already have Phazon that to enhance their weaponry, and it's no surprising that the space pirates really just need something to increase their army and make them powerful, because we see that happen with Prime 1 by use one of the space pirates to expose from Phazon radiation to turn into the elite pirate, and then as well the Omega pirate. Yep, and also since Dark Samus also came back, she also able to control many people who actually has Phazon in their body as a way to, well, actually make them stronger. Usually with the space pirates, usually has their weaponry increased by the Phazon, especially with the bounty hunters included with their PED suits. I think there also was given the PED suits, but the Galactic Federations. But I think since the back on planet Norian was Dark Samus crashed down, preventing Samus and the bounty hunters to stop the Leviathan crashing down to Norian. And I think it's also was able to control the bounty hunter after they escape. Because that's one thing Dark Samus is able to control or probably monitor people through Phazon. That's my wild guess of the way how Dark Samus monitor the IC. And also with the Leviathans on different planets like Burrryo, Elysia, Skytown, and especially the Pirate Homeworld. It said, I love your emails, by the way. Thank you. And like I said, since this Leviathan is on different planets, it's going to be heavily secure because of Dark Samus using the space pirates to protect the Leviathan from being destroyed. And also, with addition here on Burrryo, we're actually going to meet the residents is the Reptilicus, or the nerd named the Bryolins. But one thing, and also note this, the Reptilicus actually does have the relationship with the Chozos, and especially the Luminos. well, I don't know if it didn't say like the type of Chozo race, like SR388 ones, or it's talking about the ones that's on that's back on Talon 4 that was before the events of Prime 1, and probably as well before, probably my guess as well with the Elysia Skytown that's before the events of Prime 3. But I don't know, it didn't outright state which Chozo it is, but it also did have relationships too with the Luminous that's back on planet Aether that's in Prime 2. But the problem is too with the Brillians, they have a lust for war. Trust me, they actually does have a lust for war, so they actually enjoy doing so. They're taking all of this into account. What do you think is worth doing a speed run of the game, or do you plan to enjoy the game classic way? Yeah, I don't even bother nor care for speed running. I basically just enjoy the game the way how I just play it, just normally. I mean, I see speedrunners do it, and it's actually cool, but at the same time, I really don't bother to try to speedrun it at all, because one, with speedrunning, you have to make sure you get the right version of the game, depending which version it is, and especially as well, the earliest versions possible. Then you have to know different different sequence skips, or just skips different areas throughout the game to bypass certain parts, including with different frames and different glitches. You're able to bypass some parts, which is hard. Like I said, you have to be in the right frame to do so. Do you think this being a modded one isn't really good for speedrunning? Actually, wait, me like a modded one. I was actually confused about that. Also, this creature is a Gragno. I think Gragno's probably somewhat similar to the War Wasp that's back in Prime 1 and Prime 2, but not like too aggressive type of War Wasps. Yeah, maybe I heard you wrong. Oh no, you're fine, dude. I was thinking you were wondering which one, like playing a modded version to actually skip the sequence. I know this is the trilogy and it has some kind of emulation. Well, yeah, it is, and I'm playing on the emulator as well, a modified Dolphin emulator that's for the Metro Prime games. Whether you play just the standalone Prime games or you play the trilogy version. But this thing is possible you could speedrun it too. I think you just have to make sure you have the right ROM to do so. Mostly Prime 1 and Prime 2, but I don't know Prime 3, because I don't know if I barely or never see anyone speedrun Prime 3 with any kind of sequence. I know Prime 1 and Prime 2 you can, but I don't know about Prime 3. Since it's more like a utilized on motion controls that's on the Wii. I will admit that I don't know a lot of Metroid. Same here. I usually don't know much of the Metroid games, to be honest. Oh, hey Abraham, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream, brother. Yeah, the lag can just be so heavy, man. It almost lost my watch streak if I didn't see the notification. Oh no! Don't miss it, dude! I wonder if I had to go over here. Just oh, you guys is chatting. We go right here. Same as Aaron. Part human, part Chozo, part Metroid, part X, part part Pillbug, huh? I mean, I would say part human, part Chozo, and maybe part Metroid if you want to count Fusion, and especially Dread. And also, hey, Dragonkin, how you doing, brother? And so, during doing a little puzzle, we have to go to the bomb slots and open that, trying to open that door to get these symbols moving, and with the platforms. And Chozo, as well, let's talk about as the Chozo race. And because Samus, because that's one thing in Metroid lore, Samus actually was raised by the Chozo race, with actually creatures that's known for using technology, to create the variant suit, especially the power suit. Especially when they count for the Metroid Zero Mission manga, which talk about Samus' backstory as well. That when she was a little girl, her parents was killed by Ridley right in front of her. And also, Ridley is basically ruthless, even for a leader of the space pirates. I'd say maybe somewhat the leader of the space pirates, because it's usually well, it usually depends on the leader, because sometimes it says Mother Brain, others it's Ridley, and others says that the space pirates are actually leaders themselves. Especially that Samus does have like really huge trauma against Ridley, because she fears Ridley. Also, phase on night barbs. Also, one thing is that in Prime 3, Phazon is actually going to be really useful too. What's the wrong way? Because compared to Prime 1 and Prime 2, Phazon actually hurts Samus. Because it's because you think about it, Phazon is basically Phazon is basically more of a basic radiation that's more useful when it comes to time and space, if you think about it. Rip the face on night barbs. Oh crap. I do need to get up there though. Get that bomb slot. Oh, I forgot about the rock. I do love to grab the last though. And also Abraham, thanks for the hydrate. Actually, fun fact about this track is the cliffside version of burrryo. This is actually from the new control version. Well, not new control, but I wonder it's from the Japanese version of the same better control for Prime 3, if I'm correct. Because in the standalone Prime 3, it just repeat part of it, but it wasn't even the full track of the cliffside version of burrryo. And yes, I say cliffside because there's actually different versions. Well, I wouldn't say different version, but different tracks that's on burrryo. Because here we have the cliffside, and then there's the thorn jungle. That's gonna be a little later on, and then there's the fire burrryo. And the last one, ice burrryo, which is actually a little later on in the game. Not too late, but a little later on. And also puffer. I think that's puffers. Yeah, gel puffers. Yeah, puffers are back from Prime 1. But at least the gas wouldn't have stayed there longer like it was in Prime 1. I just want to check right over here first. It is the ice. Also, shriek bats. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh well. I know we cannot cross right over yet because also there's a missile expansion up here, but we cannot cross over yet because we need to get the grapple swing. We got the grapple lasso that when we first visit on Nurian, but we do need to get the grapple swing. And the grapple swing is basically the grapple beam from Prime 1 and Prime 2. But I know I said this before, but thank goodness that Samus don't lose her upgrades like Prime 1 and Prime 2. I think Prime 1, actually Prime 3 is the only time in the Prime trilogy that Samus don't lose her upgrades. In my opinion. Also, there's hoppers. I think hoppers is probably somewhat similar to the beetles that's in Prime 1. And especially the splinters that's from Prime 2. But these are actually really not much of a threat. Until we get to the Phazon Puff. Not Phazon puffers, but Phazon hoppers. The Phazon hoppers would be more of a threat. Also here, energy tank. Dun, dun. And also there is going to be some lore here. Just a heads up. It says the Golden Age. It says here, look now to the past and to the time of peace on burrryo. See the age of gold, when our world was a paradise unrivaled. Hear the songs of joy fill the streets of the royal city as the people honor to the coming of the burrryoists, the first, the liberator. Behold the launch of our first ship to the stars on that day, and witness the rise of science of a new burrryo. See this, and see the beginning of our downfall. Yeah, Brilliant Shriek Bats. Yeah, we have more variation of Shriek Bats. We already have one in Talon 4. Well, actually, different variations of Talon 4 because there's the normal and especially the ice. And then we have another one that's in Planet Aether. Now we have here in burrryo. I think there's another one too in Elysia Skytown. It's more like a Steambot type. Shield Buzz. I wonder if Shield Buzz is basically it's almost a close relative to the pill bugs. that's in Prime 2. Right here, this actually required when you go to hyper mode. Now it is called hyper mode, just phase on mode, because it's not to confuse the. Well, actually, I don't want to confuse it at all when it comes. Just call hyper mode completed. Well, between the difficulty, and especially with the mode, but I would just call it phase on mode. Basically, phase on mode is with the phase on beam. It's similar to the one that's in Prime 1, but you don't need a phase on puddle or anything. How it was in Prime 1, it doesn't have to be just on the final boss. But here with the phase on mode, you could basically just turn it on, but be careful too, because you don't want to go to phase on corruption. Well, because if you stay phase on corruption for a long time when the gauge is already full, you instantly die, and Samus will actually become Dark Samus. Because it is stated too that from a royal unit, it mentioned that when you corrupt, you become her. Oh, there's a missile expansion. But first, we're gonna have a nice battle. Reptile Kiss Hunters. Because there's different versions of Reptile Kiss. It's normal Reptile Kiss, and then the Reptile Kiss Hunters. So the Reptile Kiss Hunters actually take more damage to take on them, and especially as well, they tend to have a cloak that they could turn invisible. So they'd be stealthy. Well, for me, I don't want to try to use hyper mode way too much. Yes, it actually increases your firepower and makes you really strong, but that's one thing. In the downside, it uses your energy tanks, because it really can use your health. Ow. Well, there's one down. Yeah, one thing with the Reptile Kiss, they can actually throw like a I would say more like a technology like boomerang at you. Then that thing when you actually is somewhere like in the mid range, they actually throw out the whip, and if you're close to them, they actually hit you with your shield. Actually pull their shield out and trying to bash it at you. If I remember, I think I need to get like that. I know, yeah, and this one, I do need to get the X-ray visor, which is later on in the game. Also, a little puzzle right here. Play Simon. And also, more lore. It said the age of science. The ships of burrryo sped to the stars in all directions, bearing the banner of peace. Soon, we found stellar brethren in the Chozo, the Luminoth, and the Isla. Starborn knowledge came to Burrryo, and we gladly send our wisdom to our new friends in return. The hearts of Burrryo were filled with pride, and they honored the lords of science for all the wonders we provided. As the time of new Burrryo came to be, the old ways faded. The cries of joy from those who honor science covered the angry shouts of those who mourn the old ways, the criminal traditions. Yeah, I think this is also gonna be the, yeah, this is the part that we begin to get the grapple swing. Like I said, grapple swing is basically just grapple beam from Prime 1 and Prime 2. And Korba. And those are the snatchers. We go right here. But first, you get the snatchers. And the more snatchers that you have, the higher you go up. But we're going right over here to get the missile expansion. But when it gets to the Korba, it actually does try to eat you. Dun, 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 dun. Do is grab it, pull, shoot it, and then there's the grapple swing. So we can swing on the grapple hooks. So we can just swing right over. There we go. Oh crap. We can just swing right over. Nope. Why is it short? Why did it stop in mid-air though? That's my question. I don't get it. Like it just stops right there. Unless it might be with controls. Yeah, somehow it just stops right there, but why? It didn't happen with me. Oh, hey Martius, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream, brother. Oh, everything's going well, my friend. And just pop in for now. I'll try to come back later. Okay. Do what you have to do, brother. Oh, it's the restore scan dash. That's what's caused it. Okay. Cause they read about it. Just called that if you have the cheat manager, you know, in your cheat manager, if you have the restore scan dash, it actually causes the lose momentum. So people don't know what the restore scan. I mean, with the scan dash. The scan dash is basically the thing that you can do in saying Prime 1 and Prime 2. That actually causes you to do a trick. Like while you scan, while you're trying to scan or lock on something while you in the scan visor, and you can dash. That's basically useful when it comes to speed running. Okay, that's better. Ow. But I do need to get the ice missiles because there's a door that requires ice missiles. And that's one thing. Once we get the ice missiles, like the next section of burrryo, we don't have to worry about the just normal missiles anymore. Now we have to just pull all of these panels. And then we just go all the way back up here. I know we do need to get the plasma beam or the nova beam for this, for the ice. Cause that's one thing too. And Prime's, oh, there's a normal reptile kiss. Normal reptile kiss are pretty much a little more weaker. Or what was it? Or just like weaker than the hunter types. And he's dead. I was about to say, in Prime 3, you don't longer switch beam weapons. They actually the beam stack each other up. Yeah, we could just swing right over here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Reptile kits can actually teleport. Well, as you can see over here, that this door is locked, but there's a little tunnel. Time to go into the tunnel. Like a rat. Wait, it's on top here. Probably need to do something first. Oh, what we have here? Ow. The atomic. Yeah, atomic. So basically, it's like So basically, it's similar to the pulse bomb in Prime 1, and then the Harmony class drone in Prime 2. Like I said, it's similar to it. But they don't get damaged though. Unless it's used by something. Oh, okay, there it goes. It's charge beam. You kill it. Oh, there's a Galactic Federation troop. Man, you got stuck right there. Okay. Here, rip off to hold these. Wait, is that the banner? There it goes. Okay, there it goes. Pull, push, activate it. And then we got the map here. Actually, one thing is the map is actually pretty different how it goes compared to Prime 1 and Prime 2. And then there's the fire session. And then there's the Thorn Jungle one. The Thorn Jungle is going to be right after the fire one.
Samus, the satellite data has revealed two distinct energy signatures. They must be supplying power to the siege shield. If these targets are eliminated, the shield will be removed. We are uploading the location of each energy signature and nearby landing sites.
So basically, the generators that's for the Leviathan, they're actually gonna be in different areas of the planets. And there's 3 in each planet that generating, and it's gonna be more secure. Even as well, it's gonna be more secure as we go on the journey through other planets. And this Pirate Homeworld is gonna be really, really, really secure. I know we cannot cross right over here yet because we do need to get the ice missiles because there's the field gel. So field gel is basically is fuel that's used, I think, for the machine, and it's basically like it's basically it burns you like lava, but don't but but it's actually gonna be a puddle or like liquid of fuel gel that we're gonna counter in the fire burryo, and you should not stand there at all because it's gonna cause if you stand there in a long time, it's gonna drain your health fall like as fast as a rock falling from the sky. Oh, just run this. Well, there he goes. Guess Rondus is waiting for me. Well, I don't. Well, it's not really Rondus. It's basically Rondus who was actually possessed by Dark Samus. Wow, you beat me to the punch, buddy. And we have to pull these jokers. And we can cross and we jump right over. And that's probably the, I'm saying that's probably the alpha hoppers. Yeah, alpha hoppers. So basically, like I said, they're basically like the beetles that's in Prime 1 and splinters in Prime 2. Also, this is gonna probably my guess the only time we're going to counter D. I'm actually going the first time to, only actually the only time that we're going to encounter the alpha hoppers. Yeah, that's one thing. The hoppers actually get close to you. They actually try to charge at you or try to bite you. I know, I don't feel like going hyper mode. I'll save it when it comes with bosses. Unless it's like enemies who actually able to go hyper mode. Or it's phase on mode. Cause that's one thing too. You have to counter enemies who is able to go to phase on mode. And you have to go phase on mode to destroy them. I wonder if I had to kill both of them faster. Yeah, I'll probably have to kill both of them at the same time. Has to go save and enter the ship. Well, actually, let me try to exit out first, and especially as well, just change the graphic back in. Let's see how direct 3D 11 how it works. Well, since we already saved, so we basically fly straight to the fire burrito. Now we go to the fiery air dock. That's the next session that we have to go. That's all the fuel gel right there. Yep, it's actually fuel gel. So basically like lava. Gas like lava. I think that's probably run this gunship right there. That's actually interesting way to look. Also, the fuel gel, they actually hurt too. See, it drains your health. Also, hyper mode won't help you protect you from the fuel gel. It's because it actually automatically put you out of hyper mode. I'll show you. Yep, and see how much it just drained too. My gosh, like for real, that much. Even if you stand there for a very long time, it will actually drop like a rock. And that's be the same thing with the acid rain that's in the in the pirate homeworld. Oh, Vivi, thanks for the raid. Also, how's your stream? Rest your stream with? I know I did stop by as well. Just to say hello. I hope rest your stream went well, my friend. What's up? Nothing much. It did. Thank you. Oh, no problem. But I just wanted to check and see everything's going all right with you too. Cause I've really been thinking about you, even as well everyone else. I don't know. My brain started to melt, so I ended. Like you're just like tired or just like a little exhausted. It's like that's like from like it's really understandable. Just do what you have to do too. I need some food. Yeah, exhausted. All right, do what you have to do, my friend. What's food? I don't know. You asked me, Silent, and welcome to the stream. And it's no, just a few more weeks. It'll actually be Christmas. Dang, you really had to pull that whip out. Okay. I know we have to backtrack later on, or a little later on, depending how you guys feel on that. Because it's usually until we actually get the plasma beam or the nova beam. Yeah, also fuel gel can also be used a way for machines to work in burrryo. Also, we have more lore right here in burrryo. Or I could say planet burrryo. Okay, I stop. I can imagine it just like a giant burrito where it says like burrryo. The age of schism. It says in time, the wonders of science were not enough for those who held the criminal traditions in their hearts. Don't alert to eat. All right. And also, thanks for the alert, Vivi. I really appreciate it. The warnings of the Chozo to seek balance between old and new ways were not heeded by the lures of science, myself included. We forged on, ignorant of the rage in the hearts of the criminals. The time came when Safima, first lord of science, denounced the criminals and their traditions in the center of the royal city. It was as flame to a dry forest. The age of science ended, and the age of schism was born. Man, you can just think about it. It has a bunch of lore that's going on, especially with burrryo, how it became. And yes, that's one thing too. Prime 3 is gonna have a bunch of lore in each planet. I actually want to see something right over here. Nope. Okay, I'm trying to see what's up there. If I get past by the Korba. But I know the top part is basically the section that's required to backtrack. Also, missile expansion. Hey, never mind. Unless I was thinking some like a different part of the area. Also, we could actually get the elevator going. Just pull that and we're good to go. And here we're actually going to the Phazon pool. Yep, it's Phazon pool. And this plays the Phazon radiation or the Phazon mine level 2 that's from Prime 1. And also, like I said too, Phazon's actually pretty useful here in Prime 3 compared to the first two, where it actually is a huge threat. It's still a huge threat in Prime 3, but it's useful and helpful with Samus in Prime 3. And here, since you have the PED suit, the Phazon actually heals you. But first, let's take care of these things right here. But we have an issue. If Samus is beginning to go to the Phazon overload. Well, actually, when it's too much Phazon to go to Phazon overload, because that's when the gauge shows that it's on red all the way. And you gotta exit out quickly as of now. Because if you let it stay there for a few seconds, Samus automatically dies and turns into Dark Samus. And that's you have to watch out.
Samus, we just received very abnormal readings from your life support systems. Are you okay?
Yes, Aurora unit. Thanks for asking though.
As a precaution, we are downloading the diagnostic data from your suit to further analyze this situation. We will contact you again if we have any more information.
Yep, and the Phazon pool actually heals you. Stay there a long time, it heals you really fast. Trust me, Phazon is one heck of one heck of radiation or time-space radiation drug. Cause trust me, it ain't just a radiation of a superorganism. It's basically is also to deal with time and space for some reason. Now we got some puzzle business to do, but we have another little mini boss that we have to face. Well, not you, Rundus. That's gonna be a little later. But we see you in a bit. Because we're actually gonna fight. Because we haven't actually gonna fight against the Warp Hounds. The Warp Hounds are basically part of the natives of Burrryo, and they're actually the guard dogs of the Reptilicus hunters. And also, they're also known for teleporting and go. I think as well time and space, if I'm correct, or just basically just teleporting. So yeah, be careful because when you're actually close to you, they actually create like a create a shockwave barrier and it hurts you and interrupts your visor, and they'll actually and they also shoot. Oh my gosh, they just throwing fuel gel. They just actually shoot fuel gel at you. You guys are gross, plus you also can vomit fuel gel. Also, one thing is too, with the natives of Burrryo theme that's playing right now, that's one thing. In the standalone Prime 3 version, it never has the anvil or machine clanking, because that part was actually taken from the defense drone theme. And that we're going to encounter later on when, I'll say a little later after we land in Elisa Skytown. Also, just a green ledge. And most of the grab ledge is somewhat similar to see that's in Fusion, and especially as well with Zero Mission. Also, lore. The age of war. In the beginning, the conflict were small, out of sight for most of burrryo, but they grew slowly, but as steady as the coming of the sun. Diplomacy gave way to brutality, and war came to our world. The Lord of Science turned their minds from exploration to destruction and unleashed horrors unknown upon their primal enemies. In their retaliation, the the primals turned to the darkest of ancient powers, cursing us, the science lords, and all who serve our cause. Friends from the stars tried it desperately to end the conflict, all in vain. The people of war would not be denied. Also create a bomb slot. Kill these Walmart war wasps. That's one way to say it. All right. Go down here. Just pump it. You got to make sure you pump it up. Pump it up to get it going. Oh, that hurts. I'm trying to remember how it goes. It's really been a while. Yeah, like I said, it's really been a minute since I played Prime 3. Okay, there you go. That sound, yeah, that sound when you turn on the bomb slide is really sounds satisfying. Another type. They're the Gragno adults. And also you could use the grapple vessels to point the pole on their, I would say their stingers, or they're part of it, their bodies. Yeah, because there's some enemies that you can actually use the grapple lasso to pull to kill them, so you don't have to just keep shooting. I actually like that concept. It makes it too interesting too, especially you don't have to keep on shooting. I really find the use of the grapple lasso really interesting, to be honest. But especially the way how they use it here. Oh yeah, I forgot there are pill bugs in this game too. Phase on pill bugs, if I'm correct. Yep, face on pill bugs. I wonder, my theory is that I feel like with Ritual Studios, I wonder if that the phase on pill bugs is originally were the dark pill bugs, the dark pill bugs. That's what actually scrapped from Prime 2. Well, kind of scrap, because just the normal dark pill bug enemies, while we only have one dark pill bug, it's basically was just used for the Spider Guardian in Prime 2. Yeah, but I wonder if the phase on pill bugs be somewhat similar, or basically their replacement for the dark pill bugs now scrapped in Prime 2. I say, I'm stuck, bro. Look, it's the puffers. Well, but no, you taste it. It's gassy, because it's gas. Don't crunch on it either. It's gross. The basic green ledge just has like a little small cutscene. Basically nothing special. It's somewhat, I would say, somewhat a 3D equivalent of the ledge grab. Even when you count the power ledge, it's from Zero Mission. Also, there's vines that's actually, I think some of the vines just be made of Fuel Gel. You have to blast it. The Ace Shell Crystal. Hardened. And is a vulnerable. To weapon fire. Oh. So we have to wait this machine right here, and then you have to blast the fuel gel so it becomes fire. There it goes. Sets the platform right here. That's all the fish coming out from the water. Good thinking. Yep. That's how it works. There's that fish again. You jump out of the water. Oh, you're on the side, buddy. I'm trying to scan it. It's basically like Pokemon Snap. It's like that. I'll wait for you, buddy. Don't worry. Just a little more. Just a little more. Just waiting. This is like bird watching where it's basically like bird watching. You just take a picture of birds. Well, I wouldn't say take a picture of birds, but just trying to get images of birds. Well, actually, it's the same thing. And it's the gel ray. They basically don't do nothing, to be honest. They just jump out of the field gel, and that's it. Also, save station. Let's continue. I know we're gonna be fighting Rundus in a bit. $200 kills. 200 kills. Also, watch out. Fuel gel's gonna come out from up here. Raw fuel gel, to be exact. Ow. Even when you blast a waterfall fuel gel, it still hurts you from the blast radius. Also, the gel bugs, because when you shoot them, you have to watch out because they actually will start rolling down to the ball down the slope, and it's gonna hurt. Ow, dude. And we're gonna be fighting some pirates first. What was their battleship? And there's some different pirates too right here. The armored pirate troopers. Okay. I blame the gel bugs in this one. Sir, I need some health, please. Yeah, I know it's hyper mode difficulty, so it's gonna be hard. But we got this. Well, I guess we have more company right here. I mean, we can take care of it, but still, if I have some help, still has some help left. And Rundus came out of nowhere. It does seem like he wants to help us, but it's not. It's a Hunter Rundus reported to have gone missing during the Federation mission. Let me step up. It shows that something's not right here. And it shows that Dark Samus is able to possess Rundus. So Rundus, Mel Sonic, and not close, unless you count for Dark Samus. So Rundus actually started with the ice armor body, and he had to keep shooting, and then he would actually become stunned and dizzy for a bit, and then you have to pull the ice armor off of him. Right here. Also, watch out for his blast because it actually can freeze you too. Oh, I mean Wario. Or talking about like Dark Samus. Rondus actually was a good guy, but he was possessed by Dark Samus. Got him. Also, Dragonkin. Just fun fact too, the voice actor who did Rundus is Chris Sabat. That's right, Vegeta, Piccolo, and other characters from Dragon Ball, even Zoro from One Piece. Shadow Link. I mean, Dark Samus is close to all those like Shadow Link. Or Dark Link, if you want to count that. I also get to blast the icicles too, if you want to get some health and ammo. Watch out too, because they hurt. Also, fun fact about this, the Ice Blast sound effect that's from Rundus is reused from the Ice Beam from Prime 1. Who did Chris voice? Oh, Chris Sabat, he actually did Vegeta, Piccolo, even other characters from Dragon Ball, and he did Zoro from One Piece. Even as well, he did Rundus here in Prime 3. Also, one thing, Rundus can actually can knock down icicles too. Because that's gonna be one move too that he's actually gonna use like a big long icicle and swing it around trying to throw it at you. And it's one thing too, Rundus can actually go hyper mode since he has the PED suit as well. Really? I didn't know he voiced the Metroid character, let alone the Prime. That Prime have voice. Yeah, well, actually, Prime 2 did in the cutscenes, but with no, Prime 3 had voice acting though. I know people was like complaining, upset about Prime 4 taking serious with the story, especially with cutscenes. Like, did they forget that Prime 3 had something like that? I mean, it wasn't that much in Prime 3. Because it's usually like pretty decent cutscenes in Prime 3. It wasn't like really heavy far-fetched. And yes, and also the runners will shoot the small icicles too. I wonder if I'm correct, he's in hyper mode or in phase on mode. The new game seems overhate. Yeah, that's what I heard. That some is like really picky, but I haven't tried out Prime 4 yet. Yeah, watch out for icicle. Oh, I stunned him right when he was about to throw swing the icicle around. I think if his health gets like 3/4, I think that's when he goes to hyper mode, or then phase, or just call it phase on mode. It really don't matter. I said, what's sad about this, that Rundus himself is trying to stop from attacking Samus since he was being possessed by Dark Samus. Well, usually controlled by her. Got him. I've been doing all right, especially while using hyper mode until he actually goes to hyper mode. Yep, he is going in right now. Yeah, Rundus himself is actually going to hyper mode as well. Yeah, even like I said, the bosses actually go to phase on mode too, so you have to watch out. Ah, dang, that hurts. Yeah, one thing, when the characters go hyper mode, they actually have more defense as well and offense, because like I said, with phase on, it actually enhances your firepower, and especially with defense too. Oof. Oh, he just blocked missiles. I didn't know Rundus can do that. Just blocking missiles. There goes Rundus. And it's sad because after defeating Rundus, Rundus gonna go back to himself until Dark Samus is going to kill him. Yeah, but there goes Rundus. Cause it's sad too, cause like I said, cause it's sad too, cause Rundus becomes normal again after his defeat. So Dark Samus come in to kill him, and absorb Rundus' life. But I feel like with this Dark Samus in that form, it's somewhat similar to the Black Fog that's with the Ings that's in Prime 2. And also we got the Ice Missiles. Now the Ice Missiles does actually return from Metroid Fusion. And actually just similar to the Ice Beam, it actually freezes your opponent. But it's basically from missiles. Even run this well, even you go into the Phazon mode. I know that's where I'm going. But I don't think it's really the suit, it's basically the Aurora unit. Here we have the Phazonite wall. Well, we cannot do that because we do need to get the Nova Beam and especially the X-Ray Visor. Yep, the X-Ray Visor actually returns from Prime 1. But that's a more puzzle to do this time. With the Nova Beam. The Scorch Bug. Tiny insects that feeds on fuel gel explodes when shot. So with the fuel gel, you go right here. And then let's say you plant use the ice missiles to plant a platform. Okay, y'all. Now we just have to pump it up right here. And get the raw fuel gel coming out. And we gotta use ice missiles to create platforms. Here too, create as a platform. Also, make sure you hurry up too, because there's a time limit for the frozen fuel gels. Ah, nice. Batman Arkham Games has a similar platform mechanic with glue and cryo bombs. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. And the hand scanner, I think it might be the Space Pirate's hand scanner. Also, lore. The downfall. Look now to the time of battle. Tribe against tribe. See fertile land swept clean of all living things. But arcane nightmares, or the hellish blast of science. See the giant stone Mogonors do battle, destroying the land with their titanic blows. And hear the undenying scream of a planet racked by darkest war. The battle wages endlessly, and the resources needed to sustain our war machines were great. Burrryo too had become a casualty of the war. The air was filled with the smoke of battle, and the soil soaked with the toxins of pollution. Calamity after calamity visited the folk of Burrryo until a world once known. Man, feel bad for some of the burrryo residents too, because main people follow that place.
Clearly, this is the source of the energy signature.
Thank you for the stream. Oh, you're very welcome, Heaven's Door. You have a blessed time zone, my friend.
This generator is supplying power to the Leviathan's protective shield. You will be unable to destroy the generator with your current weapons. You must find a weapon capable of penetrating the generator's heavy armor.
And this is a shield hologram. That's online. But here we actually need to get some missiles for a gunship. Oh. Look, hoppers. Also with ice missiles, yes, you can freeze enemies, but it has to. But even if you freeze them, they actually slow down unless the enemies are somewhat near death. That they can be totally frozen. Like hoppers, for example, because they're easy to kill, so you can just straight freezing them. Oh, oh shoot, pirate troopers. Oh, so space pirates, they can also. Oh, the jail bot went after the space pirates. I said he was getting ready to go my phase on mode, but killed by the jail bug. Oh. Wow, that was a turn event right there. I'm crying. Something like that is too funny. Yeah, I love it. Now you shoot the ice missiles at the ceiling to prevent from the raw fuel gel pouring out. But we can actually go right here and make our grand. Well, I wouldn't say grand escape. We can just make our escape right here. I'll say back to the starting point. Rip the shriek bats. But we do have. Ooh, wrong way. But there is an ice door up there. And there goes the reptile kiss. But I don't know if I can get up there, sadly, because I do need to get. Yeah, I don't think I actually can get up there because I do need to get the plasma beam too. But at least I got the missile. The hit. At least I got the ice missile to actually hit the ice missile door. The ice missile door is basically is going to be useful. Just use it as a. Use it for the door for missiles. Cause it's basically just the same thing. So we have to go back to the cliff side. Because we do need just get a missile for our gunship. Also, don't mind me. I'm just eating some blue raspberry popcorn. Well, I don't know that popcorn blue raspberry. It might be phase on. Maybe. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna rip you guys. You guys are totally a rip. Oh, you guys are totally a rip off. I'll sell myself for that one. Sell myself out for that. Ow. Oh wait. I do have to go this way because there is the ice missile door. Dang, you're trying to land on me, okay. Also, missile expansion. Also, we have a new enemy right here. What's that? Jeemer. Somewhat similar to the Zoomers. And I saying Deemer. Saying Deemers. Or that's from Prime 1.
Samus, we have discovered a Federation landing site on Burrryo. You may be able to use this facility to upgrade your ship. We are sending the coordinates to you now.
Upgrades? Ooh! What the red talk is doing? Yeah, I can hear footsteps down there. See you, buddy. I was about to say, one missile kills two, actually frees two hoppers. But it didn't, but that's alright. Yeah, we just go right over here. That's where we have to create the platforms. But first, take care of the gel puffers. We want to cross over a little safe, cross over safely. And there's the labor golem. I think this is more like a machine that the Reptilicus can use, or a statue that Ash can move on its own. It could be. Dang, then they'll drop down. Also, there's the wall surges. That's for the screw attack. Wait, why is it locked? No, this is my. Someone with my controller. It actually just changed for some reason. The labor golem, it was able to wall jump. Mario, eat your heart out. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, the labor golem just can wall jump. Oh, well, there's the warp hound. I think if I'm correct, you may be able to see where he's going with the X-ray visor, or you could see the hunter Reptilicus turn invisible. I think you can see them with the X-ray visor. That's one thing. Oh wait, never mind. I was about to say one thing too. When you're in hyper mode and your bar turns red, it's actually trying to rise up to. Actually, it was trying to rise up to corruption. Actually to phase on overload corruption. And plus one thing, if it's still in red, it actually automatically out in 20 seconds. I should blast this. There's a class of night barbs. use this. Implant the morph bomb. Destroy that fuel gel. Because if it still had lines to that fuel gel lines, it cannot. That golem cannot move. I thought it was a platform right there. Probably had to get the one at the bottom, so I had to move the golem so to actually get that played out. I don't remember how I even get this one. Oh, it is a missile. I forgot about that. Now we can move the golem. And the golem rests right over there. Thank you, buddy. I love golems. Same here. Especially burrryo's golems. I love how it actually works and start moving.
Samus, we have uncovered more information regarding your condition. It appears that once activated, the unique phazon inside your body overreacts after several seconds. We did not foresee this problem when we gave you the PED, and unknowingly, we put you in grave danger. We are sorry. Please be aware that it will not be possible to counter Dark Samus without the PED. You must be careful in using it. In the meantime, we will continue to investigate this unique phazon.
I think Lately, I realize that they are like me. We both can't function without written task instruction. Well, that's true. So I was about to say too, after I was thinking Samus was actually one. Samus, along with the bounty hunters, was blasted by Dark Samus. Dark Samus blast back on Norian while they're trying to stop the Leviathan crashing down on Norian. I think that's also that the seed was planted in Samus, and then when it switched to PED suit, it actually would cause a corruption on the PED. That's caused by Dark Samus. It could be possible. I see something down here. Energy tank. I destroyed the hives too. Oh, don't get close to me. It's fascinating to see it, but still. And that'll be the Fugel crystal right there at the blasted. Goes that column. We could just swing right over. The Gragnol hive. But basically just like the War Wasp hive, throw a missile and it's destroyed. Yeah, plus I love how in Prime 3 there's different doors in different areas. Especially as ones that's for specific planets. I find that so really interesting compared to how Prime 1 and Prime 2 just been having the same door in every area of the planet. There's a Federation site right here. Then we can upgrade the ship. But we cannot land it. We have to set it up. But we do have company. Because we had Reptile Kiss Hunters and especially the Warp Hounds. They don't want to quit, do they? Especially for less of science and war. But I don't like the fuel gel that they shoot out from their mouths because it slows you down too. I mean, it's like some sort of liquid gel. It's just not good. I was about to say somewhat similar to napalms. I don't know. Cause napalms is also like a gel-like bomb too, or gel-like gas. There's one down. The Reptilicus Hunter just came in. Actually, the strange thing is that I don't know if we saw a Reptilicus Hunter actually riding the Warp Hound. I find it interesting if they actually do. I know it says the Warp Hounds are basically the Reptilicus Reptilicus war dogs. And there's one of the Reptilicus Hunters down. Dang, that whip just hit me from the back. Need some health, so that's set up so we can upgrade the ship. Okay. Hand scanner for the elevator. Get sucked in, get out. And that's the energy cell. But we do need to get that. Dun, dun. But the energy cell is basically more for activating some part of the barrier or any kind of technology, because it's basically more like a little energy source, or just to generate power. And without it, it shuts down. Hold this. Oh, you could blast it with your beam. I thought you just only missiles, just like the war wasp. I'm gonna pull and then go to the other side so we can just open this up. Now we can just put this down. Oops. And call on our ship.
Data received.
It is our little gunship. First, let's upgrade it. You give it that power. And our gunship's able to shoot missiles. But I love how they expand more with our gunship this time around. Because back in Prime 1 and Prime 2, the gunship basically just stays in that starting place in that land spot every single time throughout the game. It doesn't even move at all, except for cutscene. Except for just the beginning, cutscene, and the ending. But Prime 3, I love how you get able to travel with the gunships. Well, can I go there yet? Because I do need plasma beam. Maybe not this part yet. But we have to go back to the fire burrryo because we need to use missiles as well to destroy that part of destroy that generator. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, this also alert. Just do what you have to do, my friend. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. When we come back here, Jolly Rogers come back too. Oh, please, just pull that shield off. Also, the pirates can get damaged from. Well, but so the pirates can get damaged from the fuel gel too. Bro, you you for real, dude? You for real? The pirate Matilia, especially as well as the pirate trooper, died from the fuel jail. Okay. There's the crawl tanks. Also, the crawl tanks, they actually can go phase on mode too. Anytime the space pirates is usually around, the crawl tanks would be there too. Oh, I forgot those little pirate mines. Oh, what's that? A Remor's class turret. Oh, it's like a floor. Well, I would say floor turret, but it's close. That's clean. Backwards, yeah, backwards grapple swing. Yeah, I feel like Jolly Roger is probably like a more movable for this of this. Basically, a different version, probably of the drones from the pirates. Usually, the security drones. My guess is it could be somewhat similar to them, but with security drones, usually is more just in one area, especially the locked doors. But Jolly Roger is basically more traveling. I feel like Jolly, or maybe Jolly Roger's probably more like the weaker variations of the sentry drones, or security drones from Prime 1, or recreation of them. It could be. Actually, I don't know if we can get over there. Unless we do need the screw tack. Wait, never mind. We swing and then shoot. And also bring it back right down here. Here goes the drone. Also, missile expansion. Awesome. Save station right here. Gonna save here. The boy didn't use go hyper mode yet. No, the crawl tanks haven't even go hyper mode yet. Now, one thing, this pirate can actually throw the phase on grenade and it actually automatically put you in the phase on corruption, so watch out. Right here. Here goes the arrow pirates. Yeah, even the arrow pirates, they can go hyper mode as well, so watch it. Ooh, throw the missiles. There they both go. That's the space pirates crates right here. For storage units. Go down here. Go down here. Oh, Samus, get out! I'm not dealing with these guys at all. I know I should jump back, but still. Yeah, went to hyper mode.
Received.
First generator down. Sorry, pirates. Don't worry, they have one more generator on them. wonder that's the. I wonder that's the cargo. Yep. There we go. At least you can still skip cutscenes. Hey, Jolly Roger. There's the cargo. I guess it's going to the next generator. That's in the Thorn Jungle. Up next, time to go to the Thorn Jungle. That's where the last generator is located. In Burrryo. But I feel like even with the Thorn Jungle music that's coming up, it actually brings intensity that the space pirates is here, that you're really about to hit the last generator up this planet before going to the Leviathan. Actually, let me save first. I just realized, does Samus get a new ship and suit every game? Yeah, it's more likely of that. Sorry, just drinking some water. We see the space pirate go into hyper mode. Because, like I said, when the enemy goes hyper mode, you go hyper mode as well to take them down. Also, energy tank right here. Dun, dun, dun. Trust me, the Thorn Jungle really brings the intensity to that you're really at war with the pirates, especially Dark Samus controlling the space pirate fleet. Also, one thing, you actually can shoot the space pirate ATC as well. It just use it in the front, that's the weak point to destroy it. But it takes a while to destroy it, but you can destroy it when you're actually in phase on mode. Since that barrier to the door is shut down, gotta stop that cannon. See, you can just destroy the ship like that. It's recommended doing the hyper. We actually in phase on mode. Okay, I have 3 missiles. Pull this lever to shut it off. Get your ship, shoot down the missiles. We have another berserker right here. There is berserker knights. Also, one thing is, if you actually shoot again, you can destroy all 3 at once. Well, kind of. There goes the Berserker Knight. And Berserker Knight's basically the same thing as the Berserker Lord. There's basically no difference. But the same Berserker Knight is basically it's the weaker version. I know we have to come back here when we get the boost ball with Plasma Beam. And actually with Nova Beam, too. Okay, now the crawl tank is actually going into phase on mode. Well, we're actually gonna fight the Karak Beast. But first, we actually have pirates do with arrow troopers. Like I said, the air troopers, just like with the flying pirates and the air troopers from Prime 1 and 2, they still go for the kamikaze suicide attack catcher. And there's Karak Beast right there, and then there's the pirate, it's saying wrestler, or rustler, if I'm correct. And it's saying, if I remember, it's saying it's the pirate, yeah, pirate rustler. Well, we can see with scan. Oh yeah, Hustler. Because the pirate Hustler was able to tame the Karak Beast for some reason. And same with the Phazon energy hand that's on the Karak Beast. That's, well, actually the Phazonites as well. So with the pirate Hustler, he don't do nothing besides using his laser cannon. That's a way to distract. You have to shoot the pirate Hustler or Husser, and that's right up there on the Karak Beast. Well, that's a new move I didn't see. That he could actually swipe his beam sword that's from his cannon when it's up close. I didn't know that. There goes the pirate hustler. So the Karak Beast is on his own. So basically, you have to shoot the tongue. Let me just point it out. Go high. Drop the more bombs that's underneath. I recommend to go to hyper mode to do so because it's hard to not take damage or not take too much damage when you go underneath Karak's belly to actually just drop the morph bombs to stun him. So when the Karak Beast is stunned, you're able to use the grapple lasso and shoot the belly. Now, one thing with the belly, you can go to hyper mode if you want to, or you can do normally. Also, be careful because there's actually a few gel right here. And plus, with the tongue, you can get caught in it too, so watch out. And you have to break free to do so. Come on, buddy. Come on, come on. Yeah, I usually recommend to go to hyper mode if you do so. But like I said, watch out for the few gel that's on your left because it still hurts you. Yeah, Karak Beast's not that too hard. You just have to be careful. Oh crap. There goes the Karak Beast. GG. Yep, well, using hyper mode either. Using the phazon beam. I mean, like I said, when it comes to fighting against the Karak Beast, when it's actually when it's stunned and drop. Yeah, when it's stunned, when they're using the morph bombs. Like I said, I usually recommend to just go to hyper mode so it'll actually stay invincible. Because it's hard to not even get damaged a lot when you go under its belly. Because even when you do it without hyper mode, you have to make sure you carefully, not to get too much damage from it. And plant the bomb. It's nice and easy. Hey, Jolly Roger. Save here. Let's say this is actually where we'll stop here for the night. Yeah, and let's say thank you guys with sticking around in the stream, even as well as the lurk as well. I really appreciate y'all a lot. No problem, Abraham. But seriously, we actually got very far in burrryo, and that we're actually somewhat halfway done with burrryo before we go to the next planet. But we can see who we can raid tonight. I was thinking we raid Future and Air, because they're both still streaming, and they're still as well doing a charity stream for Toys for Tots. Get the raid message out for them. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for stopping by my stream. But I might stream again tomorrow, maybe. I'm not pretty sure at the moment. But hopefully in the Lord's will. But anyway, guys, thanks you guys for stopping by my stream. I'll see y'all in the next one, and you guys have a blessed time zone. God bless you all. May heaven smile upon you. Peace.